The park at night looks like a park at night, which is to say nothing like the place where parents walk with strollers and children chase squirrels. Trees twisted at odd angles, lampposts positioned to illuminate as little as possible, shadows deeper than they should be. I still like this park, especially this way through. It's big enough to feel outside the city and small enough to know the city is behind every tree. The main path ran through the park in a gentle arc, natural and inviting by day, but at night something in that arc worked in reverse, as if someone had deliberately curved the space so that stepping off the straight line required a decision. I walked down the center, on gravel that crunched underfoot with a steady rhythm that becomes almost soothing at the right level of exhaustion. The air in the park was different from the street, cooler, carrying the smell of grass and earth, that smell that's always more intense at night when there's no sun to thin it out. I was thinking loosely about nothing in particular, the bar, the brewery clock, the bartender whose name I can't hold on to despite seeing him every year on this date for how long now? 5, 6 years? I was walking down the center of the main path when I saw someone standing. I stopped. Old reflex. A detective off duty is still a detective. A man, not far, near a bench, standing and looking at the sky, exactly as I'd been doing 5 minutes ago outside the bar. The alcohol had slightly modified my threat response, but the silhouette didn't trouble me. Quite the opposite, there was something familiar about it, as if I knew him from somewhere, or at least should. "Terrible for stargazing out here," he said without turning his head. "Too many lights." He wasn't asking, just stating it as though we were mid-conversation. "Then leave the park," I said, and kept walking. I heard a quiet laugh behind me. Not mocking, more like I'd genuinely amused him. "I'm starting to like you," he said. "Can I call you friend?" "No." "Oh," he sounded entertained. "Everyone in this city this friendly?" I turned around. Faster than I should have in my state, my head swam for a moment. The man was closer than I'd expected. Tall, neatly trimmed beard, hair slightly disheveled, the kind of disheveled that isn't neglect, just indifference to order. He was watching me with a smile that was simultaneously calm and amused, as if he found something funny in the situation itself, not in me. I thought I recognized that expression. I'd seen it in the mirror. "What are you doing out here at this hour?" I asked. "Same as you," he answered. "Going home." He watched me for a moment. There was something specific about him, that kind of presence that makes you unsure whether to be alert or at ease. There was nothing threatening about him, but nothing entirely ordinary either. Something didn't fit the hour, the park, the situation, as if each detail was correct on its own, but together they produced an image that hummed faintly. He watched me calmly, hands in his pockets, weight evenly distributed, not the stance of a man hiding something, not the stance of a man afraid, the stance of someone who simply is and sees nothing unusual in that. That in itself is a kind of information. I was tired and slightly drunk and standing in a park late at night talking to a stranger. None of that added up to a situation I should prolong. "Good night," I said and turned away. "Good night, Reed," he said. I took 3 more steps before it landed. I stopped. I hadn't told him my name. I turned around slowly this time. The path was empty. The lamppost shone on empty pavement, an empty bench, a lawn with no one on it. No figure by the bench. No footsteps receding into the darkness. I stood there and listened. Nothing. No rustling in the bushes, no footsteps on the gravel, nothing. The gravel was silent, and gravel crunches, it always crunches. I'd heard it under my own feet the whole way here. To walk away without making a sound, without leaving a trace in the gravel, impossible. The gravel would crunch. But it didn't. The alcohol, I thought, the alcohol and the anniversary and not enough sleep for too long. But I stood there a while longer, looked at the empty bench and the lamppost and the darkness beyond the lamppost, and something in that image refused to resolve into anything logical. The man had been standing there. He'd spoken to me. I'd been closer to him than I am now to that bench. I'd heard his voice, his laugh, seen him look at me with that calm amusement. And now he was gone. When a man is sober, things like that set off alarms. When he's drunk, they set off alarms differently, louder, with less precision, with a higher chance that he'll chalk them up to his own imagination and move on. I moved on. But he'd said my name clearly. That much I had to admit even to myself.